Hello everybody. So today I decided I'm going to work on something a little bit different with you all. And everyone seemed to enjoy seeing my collection from the last video, or video before last I should say. And so I thought I would add to that and show you more of my collection. And I've shown by companies, but what I haven't shown is knives that I only have one of from a given company. And that's the only knife from that company I have. So here we go. I hope everybody enjoys this video. If you do, please like and subscribe, all of that good stuff. I don't usually ask, but I'm in a push here to, I guess, finally get to 1,000, so I'd really appreciate it. And if you could tell your friends, and I mean, liking and or just subscribing, hitting that button doesn't cost any effort except a little bit of energy. I'd really appreciate it. So here we go. I guess I will start with the elephant in the room. This is an Aoi River Canoe, and this is by far the largest slip joint I have, and I believe it is made as a display model. By the way, it's like razor sharp. I don't know if I can get it to cut that with me. There you go. As a display model for the display for what was the guy's name that they made the knives that they had the videos on late night TV for, where you could buy the big knife collections and stuff. He came up with the pack-a-wood type stuff, or the blended wood with the pattern in it. I can't remember it right now off the top of my head, so if you remember it, leave it in the comments. But anyway, it was made by them for Aoi River knives, and this was a display model that would be sat on top of the, or magnet and held on top of the display case. And as you can see, it is a big honking knife. So I thought you might enjoy that. And it is pretty stiff. So there we go. So moving on in the collection, we'll continue with the traditionals. This is a Elk Ridge Trapper, and I use that to scratch my lottery tickets, actually. It's the only Elk Ridge I have, and it's held up surprisingly well. It does have a pin that wants to come loose, but it's a good knife. Moving right along, this was a gift. It's a Roper Stockman, and I really like the jigging on this. Like worm-like jigging, I don't know what to call it. It has the braided bolsters, which is really nice. And carbon steel, there we go. Pretty good walk and talk with it. Don't really use it and carry it. It's a collector's piece. And we'll just keep going across the top here. And I'm just gonna run through all these so you all can see them, because otherwise it's gonna be a really long video. This was made by Bas Cutlery. Shout out to Cutlery Lover. And this was his knife. I haven't opened this in a while. There we go. That he designed. And there's his signature, Jeff's signature there. It's not the greatest steel in the world, but just to own a knife that was designed by someone, is kind of fun. Now, I want to jump in here and make an observation that I'm not showing my fixed blades, which I have singletons of from several different companies, because again, that would make it too long of a video. But if you'd like to see my fixed blades at some point, just again, leave a comment and let me know. This one was a Win, and this is Asher knives, and this is the, I'm so bad with the name on this thing. Can't remember, but it's a beautiful crossbar lock with S35VN, and I carry this one quite a lot. It's a really nice knife. I enjoy it. And here we have some Swiss Army knife clones, if you will. I stuck that in there. And this one is ISC. I'm trying to remember where ISC is from. I want to say it is English or German. I'm not sure which. One of these two. We'll just show all three of these together. This one is the England, so that would be the German one, I believe. And they are, variations on the Swiss Army knife theme. The saw in this case. I don't remember which one that would be, the hiker. This one has a really nice convex blade, and it's in inox. steel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, inox. The others are in, you know, who knows what stainless. This one, I believe, is a USA made. Yeah. No, this is the Colonial Province, USA. So this is a USA made one, supposedly. Of note, the corkscrew is like really flimsy. You can tell it was kind of put in like as an afterthought. And the pinning isn't the greatest, but it's a great placeholder in my collection. Yeah. So there we go. It goes with all my Swiss Army knives. Moving along, we have, let's see, this is a Puma. This is a German trapper with a bezel. I don't see those very often. And now we get more into my moderns. But real quick before we do that, this is a Texas-made Texan knives in Damascus, and this was hand assembled. I'm sure it was parts, you know, from China probably, but hand assembled, and is just a great trapper in buffalo horn. Here, it's really pretty. Probably need to treat that horn a little bit better so it doesn't delaminate. There we go. It's a pretty knife. So moving into the traditionals. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat today. This is a Kit Carson design, and this is a real steel. This is the is it Harrier Fledgling, something like that. I'm really bad with names, but I've shown it before. Titanium and topical carbon fiber inlays, which is pretty cool. It's got a sealed pivot, so it's completely sealed in there. And if you have to take it apart, you have to use their tool, which they provide. And moving along, we have the only branded Reich knife I have, and I'm not even sure the name on this one, so I'll apologize in advance. 14C28N. It is the P671CB, whatever that means. Not a bad front flimper, but it is a chunky boy for its small size. It's really thick in the scales. So there you go. Here's another one I don't know the name of. Sin cut, and it's got a nice hollow grind. The blade still is D2. Excellent action. This came from the take one, give one pass around. Actually, both of these did. And I decided to hang on to two of them that came back to me. So there they are. Let's move down here to the bottom here. This is the Orion Knives Solaris or something like that. I think it's the Solaris. It's a button lock. And again, a chunky knife. Pretty big. But has really nice micarta and fairly good action. Could be a little better. Probably need to lube it up. Although it looks like it still has oil in there. All right, moving along. Like I said, I want to try and keep this one under 20 minutes, 15 minutes anyway. The Artisan Cutlery Arroyo. Now, I like this one because of the blade shape. So, you know, upswept, trailing clip point, or what we call Persian, right? And liner lock with G10 scales, but the action on it's just a little lazy. So it doesn't get as much pocket time as it should. Too bad. The only Fair and Forge knife that I have, directly from Fair and Forge, is the Mini Archbishop. It's in Nitro V. Great little pocket knife. Excellent action. Beautiful marbled carbon fiber scales. And it's just gorgeous. One of my favorites. Continuing to move along. This one got skipped in the last video that I did where I was talking about my collection. This is the EMP EDC Slender Man. S35VN Tonto. Excellent action. And it is slender all right for an OTF. Pretty nice. I love the blue too. I'm sure some of my viewers will like that. The only O knife I own, trouble with the name on this one. Oh, it's the splint. It's right there on the blade there. There you go. You can barely see it. Where are you hiding? Can you see that? Barely. Splint. It's in, I think, S35VN2. Yep, S35VN. This one has a flipper tab delete, so it was taken off. And it's the titanium version, which I didn't like the ano, so I just basically light sanded it to take the ano off and give it more of just a dusty look. So I like it a lot that way. Moving along, the only Dylan Mallory from Dylan Mallory I have, the Forest, and shred carbon fiber. I think that's the shred. It might be marbled as well, just different type of marbling. Actually, I think this is marbled, and I think this is shred. And so the Forest S35EN, super thin, slicey blade. I mean, that thing is invisible almost on the edge. Really nice design. I like Dylan Mallory's work a lot. Coming in next, the only Vero I have, the Axon. This is a first generation Axon with aftermarket scales in carbon fiber, shred carbon fiber. And number 291. This originally came with the red micarta. Excellent knife. This gets carried almost every week. Continuing along in that vein, the only Chavez I own. This is the Liberacion Street, I think, Tanto. And it's just work on, these are amazing. It is also kind of chunky with the titanium. There's no weight reduction in there. But it's still a pleasure to carry. It goes really nice in the pocket. And last but not least, well, actually, yeah, in the middle, not least, this is the SRM Fantasy. Now, I actually do have another SRM, but it's not mine technically. It's my wife's, so I'm not counting it. And so this is a one of a kind, in my opinion. And was it 14C28N? No, N690. There we go. And excellent knife, excellent front flipper. And with that cutout, you can finger flip it really well. Interestingly, it also has a lock on it, so you can lock the lock. The only one of those I have as well. So this has been another glimpse into my collection. I hope you all have enjoyed it. Like I said earlier, please leave a like and a subscription. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and sub. And that's going to be about it. Let me know how you think the lighting worked out. I tried a couple different ways of doing the lighting today too. So let me know if you liked it or not. This has been Patrick. Bye.